Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? It is Glake back once again with finally some more Pokemon TCG content for you guys. Don't know if I would call this content at this point, to be very honest, because as usual, I'm late to the set release, set overview, set review party. We've already got people with the actual cards in their hands doing deck profiles and all that other kind of stuff, but regardless, I do things a little differently around here. I love to wait out the sets. That's not a good way to put it. I like to wait before the entire I like to wait until the entire upcoming set is revealed before I go through the entire thing or go through what has already been announced and start spoiling things for myself. I don't know why I do that still, because honestly, from a competitive standpoint, it's a pretty bad idea. Mostly because you want to start deck theory crafting as early as possible, try and figure out what you want to play. A lot of this stuff, in all honesty, it's kind of hard to ignore actually, because it's on social media, so I end up seeing a lot of this stuff anyway. But there is a handful of things that I have not seen yet. A lot of cards I actually just straight up don't know what they do. That even includes Darkrai, the new Darkrai V-Star, which is coming, which I love Darkrai as a Pokemon. You know, we go with anything dark around here, but yeah, I have no idea what the card does. So despite wanting to play it, I have no idea what it does. So yeah, a lot of the stuff is going to be brand new to me, but if you're new here and you don't know what exactly normally these set overviews are, basically I go through pretty much the entire list of the entire set. Obviously I skim through a lot of the non-V-Star, a lot of the non-VMAX Pokemon, and I kind of just focus only on the rares and ultra rares and stuff of the set. But every now and then, you know, I'll go through and check out some of the stage 2s that are in here as well, because in the past I've missed a lot of stage 2s or basics in general that have actually been pretty solid, including Moltres that we have from the previous set. So I'm gonna try and keep an eye out for some of that stuff today. But alright, anyway, let's see. So these are just images of the promos and stuff, I guess, and then we just start straight off right here. Astral Radiance main set. Let me shrink my camera down a little bit, or actually I'm gonna move it up here, I think, because where's a good place to put it? Maybe right here? I don't know. Over on this side, I think is the best. I can never decide when I do these things. I don't want my face to be in the way of the text. So anyway, I'm gonna kind of go through these pretty quickly. A lot of this stuff is brand new to me. So we got Beedrill V. Swarming Sting. Attack does 50 damage times the number of Beedrill V you have in play. To one of your opponent's Pokemon. Ooh, so you could pick for 3 energy though, and it's a basic that's pretty solid, I would say. So you could have 4 in play at a time, so that's 200 damage right there to anything on board. That's actually kind of solid. I don't think that's that bad at all. 3 energy, I think that's pretty decent. 200 for 3 to anything. I would say that's pretty solid. We'll probably see this paired with a lot of things that can sort of damage spread stuff on the board. So yeah, that will be kind of interesting. Moving on though, Hisuian Electrode, 50 damage, doesn't really seem anything too good here. Yanmega, Wide Wing plus 40 if you have more cards in your hand than your opponent. Does 80 more damage. Okay, I guess, but not really. I don't think that's going to see any play. Kricketune, one of my least favorite Pokemon of all time. Ability Overflowing Melody. The HP of your grass Pokemon, excluding any Kricketune, is increased by 40. That's kind of interesting. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So that has to stack, right? Surely that stacks with how many Kricketoons are on board. So you could potentially, off of 3 Kricketoons, you could have an extra 100 plus HP. You can apply, oh, okay, hang on. You can apply more than 1 Overflowing Melody ability at a time. Okay. Well, that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Not very good then, in my opinion, but I don't know. It really depends. Are we going to get crazy bulky Pokemon, or crazy bulky HP Pokemon again with V-Stars? I don't really know. It seems like things have been capping out around 300. Is there a V-Star with more than like 280 health right now? I don't really know if there is. It seems like they're trying to reduce the health a little bit. VMAXs, it made sense because that was kind of canonical, I guess. But for V-Stars, it seems like V-Stars are just a way for them to sort of chill out with all this crazy health. But they'll probably bring it back. They'll figure out something with Gen 9 coming up here to figure out how to bring back big bulky Pokemon once more. Okay, so Vespiquin. I did see this. So 60 times damage, you may reveal any number of Sweet Honey item cards from your hand. Attack does 60 damage for each card revealed this way. Okay. I don't know what Sweet Honey is. Is that a card that's already out? I think maybe I'm thinking of a different card. I feel like this is already out though. So you could do, is my math right? 180. 180 off of 4 in your hand. And we know now that we have Celine. Well, I just found this out that Celine is going to be in this set, which is a supporter card that allows you to shuffle item cards from your discard back into your deck. So, with that in mind, I think this could definitely be a viable archetype for sure. I mean, 180 for 1 energy is pretty freaking good, as long as you have those item cards there. So people are definitely going to have to figure out a way to constantly disrupt your hand to decrease your damage with this. And like, you know, that's kind of tough when pretty much you can only, you know, when you can only play 1 supporter a turn. So, I don't know. I kind of like this. I think this is going to be interesting. I think people are definitely going to be playing this. I did see this Pokemon on social media. I think it's funny because somebody edited in the picture of Pepe about the swing. That's so stupid, man. Yo, the things you see. Okay, we got Leafeon, 120. Doesn't really seem too interesting. Search your deck for up to 3 different types of basic energy cards. Attach them any way you like. I guess it's okay, but it also has to evolve, so I don't know. Maybe kind of slow. Shaman doesn't really seem too interesting. Actually, Bright Gift is kind of interesting. This tech can only be used on your first turn. If you go second, search your deck for up to 3. Somebody's already gonna disrupt your hand by the time you pop that off. So unfortunately, it's an attack. If it was an ability, it'd be kind of good. But an attack, somebody's gonna take advantage of that big time and just wipe your hand. Hisuian Lilligant. I guess I could check out regular one here. 20 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay. Discount Suicune feels. Leaf Step 100 damage. Hisuian Lilligant V. Dance. Draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. Not an ability. Doesn't cost anything though. But again, people are gonna find a way to disrupt that. I don't know. I guess that's why in the world is that an attack? I don't understand. Because it's an attack, I just feel it's not good. Because it's an attack. Why are these not abilities? Put some more broken cards back in. Okay, so we have Hisuian Lilligant V-Star. Let's see what's popping with this. We got Parallel Spin. 130 plus damage. You may return an energy card attached to this Pokemon to your hand. If you do this attack, does 100 more damage. So 230 for 3. Tight. Star Perfume. So people are probably going to use this with Arceus for sure. But at that point though, is it really worth it? Is it really worth all that extra work? I don't think so. Because you can hit 230 with Arceus, right? If you band it up. But I don't know. Let's see. V-Star, once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 5 in any combination of grass Pokemon and grass energy. Reveal them, put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like this is just working. Like having this in. I'm thinking about this from an Arceus perspective. If you were to run this with Arceus, I just feel like this is just extra work. It's just extra work. I don't know. I just feel like if you're playing this, you're working harder than you need to if you really just want to win. Okay, let's see. Rapidash, not really interested in this stuff. Blah blah blah. Okay. Oh, I was hoping to see Typhlosion. Typhlosion is like my second favorite Pokemon, I guess. Yeah, Typhlosion is my second favorite. What the heck? Okay, Heatran V. I could have sworn we had Heatran V. Is this a new one? Do we get another one? I swore Heatran V was already a thing. So do we have 2 different Heatran Vs now? Either we already have one, or I'm just thinking of Heatran GX still. But anyway, I'm gonna read this one regardless. Hot burn, 30 damage. Opponent's Pokemon is not burned. Lava fall, 90 plus damage. You have a stadium in play, does 90 more, 180 for 3. Not bad, I guess. Not bad, I guess. And then we have the VMAX, which is looking crazy juicy. Oh my goodness. I have no good place to put this, honestly. Kind of sucks. Lava enhancement ability. Once during your turn, you have a stadium card in play. You may heal 50 damage from this Pokemon. 330. Okay, so they are still doing VMAXs quite a bit then. Okay. They are still doing VMAXs. I for some reason, I thought they were done doing VMAXs, right? I thought they were done. But I guess that wouldn't make any sense because there were VMAXs in the previous set along with the V-Stars, I think. So, okay. Oh, that's fine. So we're still getting the bulky mons, okay, and then, so you could heal, that's pretty good, and then 180, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned when you're, okay, yeah. Huh. Okay, so you're basically just evolving this for, essentially just evolving this for the ability, nothing more, honestly. Then we have Radiant Heatran here. Wow. I like that art, it looks so classic. It looks so like, I don't know, it looks so like Gen 2-ish, like early 2000s era Pokemon. I like that. Sparkling is this a new thing? Is this a new mechanic? This is news to me, man. This is news to me. You can't have more than one sparkling Pokemon in your deck. Interesting. So this is like a new mechanic? Sort of like, what were they called? I can't remember what they were called. The ones that went to the Lost Zone. For some reason, I can't remember the name of them. God, my memory is terrible. This attack does 70 damage times the number of damage counters on this Pokemon. 70 damage times the number... What the heck? Okay, that's actually kind of crazy. That's actually kind of crazy. Like, that's actually kind of wild. I know in Expanded already, this is going to be cracked. I just like, yeah, because Expanded also has a way to accelerate energy more on fire types too. I'm just trying to think how, like, what ways can you damage yourself to just get this pop off on your attacking turn. I wonder. I don't know how many ways there are in Standard. I know Expanded has way more ways. Okay, let's keep it moving. Dude, shiny Pokemon is interesting, or sparkly Pokemon, interesting. Why don't they just call them shiny? What the heck? Whatever. Starmie V. Okay, Starmie, literally like my third favorite Pokemon. Alright, let's see. I'm mad there's no Starmie V Max, but relax. Swift, 50 damage. This damage attack isn't affected by weakness, resistance. Let's see, 50 damage. That's it. Okay, Energy Spiral, 50 times damage. This attack does 50 damage times the number of energy attached to your opponent's Pokemon. Wait, hold the phone. 50 times the number of energy attached. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Off a 2 Starmie. Okay, I might have to run this. I might have to run this boy right here. You're already getting an easy 150 off of anybody running Arceus. So I think that's pretty freaking good, man. I think that's pretty freaking good. The only problem is this thing's getting a one-shot left and right. Like, let's be real. Okay, this is definitely a day one must cop for me, though. Oh my god, finally a solid Starmie. I swear, we haven't had a good Starmie since... Dude, I don't even know. I think the last Starmie we had that was good probably wasn't the GX one. And I don't think it was the EX one either. I don't even remember. I think it was like... I think it might have been just a normal, like... a normal stage 1, honestly. I can't remember, but I could have sworn there was a solid Starmie at some point. But I think it was like Psychic type? My memory is so bad. I'm trying to remember things that probably didn't even exist. Okay, let's keep it going. Mamoswine, 170. Iceberg Press, discard energy from this Pokemon. Trash for 4. Forget it. 80 damage. 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Trash. Whizcash. Mudshot. 120 plus, sorry, Thrash, 120 plus damage. Flip a coins if it has attack to 60 more. 60 to itself. Pass. Regice, Blizzard Bind, 100 damage. Defender is a V, can't attack during your opponent's next turn. Interesting. But it can retreat, and then when it switches back in, it can probably attack, right? I'm sure that's how it works. So not very good in my opinion. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto your bench. So shuffle your deck. Okay. Meh. Okay. Palkias. I've heard about the Palkias. I've heard that Palkia is going to be the new best deck in the format, in the standard format, so it's time for me to finally figure out exactly why people are popping off about Palkia, because again, I have not read any of like the actual descriptions for these Pokemon. I've only seen the hype, I've only seen people talk about it here and there, so this is gonna come as brand new to me. Okay, here we go. Palkia Origin Form Palkia V. This is a spoiler for me because I haven't even finished Legend of Arceus yet, but whatever. Like, I know that's where it's from, so at this point, it's just whatever. Domain Ruler. Search your deck for a stadium card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Okay. Then we have Hydro Break for 200, can attack during the next turn. The Meat and Potatoes, right? This guy's the Meat and Potatoes. This is y'all's man, right? All right, let's see. Spatial Swell, 60 plus damage. This attack does 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. Okay, so already right off the bat, this is your replacement for Suicune. Suicune, good night, Suicune. That's it. Suicune is officially obsolete as far as I'm concerned now. Like, that's it. That's it. Suicune is gone. Ability Star Portal, V Star Power. Okay, once during your turn, you may use this ability, attach up to 3 water energy from your discard pile to your water Pokemon in any way you'd like. Okay. Alright, well that makes sense that it's just a better, more damaging Suicune. I think Suicune was Suicune 20 plus more damage on both yours and your opponent's bench? It was 20, right? Pretty sure it was 20. So yeah. I don't know. This is clearly better. You're just getting a damage buff a little bit and an ability and more health. So I guess that's it for Suicune. I'm glad I deleted all. I think I deleted all my Suicune decks off of TCG already. I'm glad I did that because there's no point in playing that after this drops. So bum 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 bum. You already know where I'm going with that. Hisuian, however you pronounce this. Basculegion. Grudging Dive, 30 plus damage. If your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack does 90 more damage and your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, nobody cares. Radiant Greninja. Okay, so we got another sparkling Pokemon. Ability, Concealed Card. Once during your turn, you may discard an entry card from your hand, then draw 2 cards. Okay. Once during your turn, so we kind of have a, sort of like Zoroark, sort of like Vibaro, sort of. Is it Bibarro's right like that, right? I can't remember. Maybe it's not Bibaro. I haven't even ran Bibaro in any of my stuff yet. I haven't played it, so I don't even really know what it does. I thought it was just a draw power Pokemon. Moonlight Shuriken, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon and do 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Interesting for 3 though. I don't know about that one. Hisuian Avalugg. Thick Ice takes 30 less from attacks. Mountain Gale 120 for the stadium does 120 more. 220 for 4 for a 140. Kick Rocks. Galarian Mr. Rhyme. This is brand new to me. I've never seen this before. What the heck? This is a Pokemon now? Dude, this is brand spanking new to me. I've never seen this. Mr. Rhyme? Is this a typo? This has got to be a typo, right? There's no way this is like Mr. Rhyme. What the fuck? I didn't even know that Galarian Mr. Mime looked like this. I thought it was just... Dude, I hate these regional forms of Pokemon, man. I hate it so much. I want it to end so badly. Search your deck for up to 3 item cards, put them into your hand. Okay. And then Special Crush, 90 plus damage if this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached. This does 90 more, 180 for 3. We're seeing a trend here of them not wanting to give any Pokemon more than 180 damage off of 3 energy. Off of anything under 3 energy. Luxray V. Okay, Luxray, another one of my favorite Pokemons here. Kind of sad there's no VMAX version. Fang Snipe, 30 damage. Reveals their hand. Discard a trainer card you find there. 120, discard 2 energy. Okay, trash. I don't know what I was expecting. Don't know what I was expecting. Okay, Regieleki. Okay, I see my boy down here. I'm excited. Electromagnetic Sonar. Put an item card from your discard pile to your hand. Target Bolt. Let me guess. This is gonna be 180. Discard 2 lightning energy from this Pokemon. Does 120 damage to one of your opponents benched. Okay, so you get to choose. For 120 though, why is it so little? I don't understand. And you have to discard. The heck? Okay, Hisuian Typhlosion. My boy, my boy. I love him so much. Dude, Hisuian Typhlosion is so swaggy. I know people wanted the meme on Typhlosion for like him not having his flame. I think it was like his model in Sword and Shield. He doesn't have like his flame popping in his like idle model, his idle animation. But you know what? Hisuian Typhlosion is swaggy. Look at this guy. Look at this Pokemon, dude. Look how cocky and arrogant he looks. Absolute freaking god, dude. I love Typhlosion so much. All right, let's put it away. Spectral Ball. Once during your turn, you may discard a psychic energy card from your hand. If you do, your opponent's active Pokemon is not burned and confused. Shadow Bind, 90 damage. Defending Pokemon can't retreat. Trash. Straight garbage. All right, please tell me the V version is better, please God. And we have V-Star. Oh my god, thank god. Dude, if this card is good, I mean, this is going to be the first thing that I get. This is going to be the first thing I get a playset of. I will stick, this will be my main deck for the entire duration of Astral Radiance, man. Shivering Flames, 120 damage. Choose a card from your opponent's hand without looking. Reveal the card, then have your opponent shuffle it into their deck. You know, I've never seen how attacks like this, how they work on TCGO. Like, I've never had to interact with anything like this on the client before. So I'm like, do you actually just click on a card in their hand on the online client? I'm confused. Because I've never, like, I know there are some attacks and some supporters, I think, that are sort of similar to this, but I've never seen them played or interacted with, so I have no idea, like, how it works. Anyway, that's kind of dumb. 120 for a random pick and then shuffle back in. All right. V-Star. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Just elegant. Beautiful, dude. Beautiful. Unbelievable. I love it. Okay. At least the art is good, even though the card is probably going to end up being trash. I don't have a good feeling based off of this. Hisuian Typhlosion V-Star, Hollow Flame, 180 damage. Put 3 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. Okay, okay, okay. And then Shadow Roaster V-Star Power. If your opponent's active Pokemon has 4 damage counters on it, get out of town. It's knocked out. Wow. Okay. If your opponent's active Pokemon has 4 damage counters on it, it's knocked out. That is not hard to do, man. That's not hard to do. But unfortunately, you can only use it once. Ah, so mad. So mad. All you would literally need is a Hollow Flame. All you would literally need is 1 Hollow Flame and a Zigzagoon. That's it. That's it. And you can just knock out anything you want. What a way to just pick off things, man. What a way to just pick off things. I like that. I like that. I like that. Something I'm kind of thinking about right now, actually. Something I'm thinking about right now, actually, is maybe this would be a weird combo. And I don't really know how it would synergize, but for some reason, I'm thinking about Typhlosion and Golurk. I don't know why, but it just popped up in my head. But I don't know. I don't think this is that good. Personally, I don't think this is that good because you have to work. And who's really trying to work? Like, really? Like, people aren't trying to work in this game anymore. You have to do you have to do micromanagement and work here. I don't know how many people are really going to be trying to play around this still and heal up. But I feel like there's probably better stuff. Like, Palkia is better. So, I mean, people are just going to play Palkia. I'm interested in this, though. Hopefully this card isn't crazy expensive online when it drops. Okay, Togepi, I don't really care. Togetic, don't really care. Togekiss, let's see. When you play this Pokemon began to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn to be healed 90 damage from your active. Okay, not bad. 90 damage, so it's decent, I guess. Mismagius, another one of my favorites. 50 damage. Your active Pokemon is now confused. Your opponent's active. Ominous Chant. Your opponent reveals their hand. If your opponent has 4 more cards in their hand, choose cards until they only have 3. Okay. Shuffle the rest back into their deck. Kind of weird. Gallade. Buddy Catch. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for 1 supporter card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Okay. I kind of like that. For its ability only. And then Helix Cutter, moving energy from this Pokemon to one of your... For some reason, it doesn't want to list the damage. It's right there. To one of your bench Pokemon. Okay. Yeah, outside of the ability, I don't really care. Uxie... Search your deck for a card. Drift Bloom, 50 damage for 2 damage counters. So a lot of these Psychics have a lot of damage spread, it seems like, this set. Which is kind of neat. I don't know. Seems like that's sort of the trend. Let's see. Diancie. Princess Curtain. As long as this Pokemon is your active whoops. Whenever you play, whenever your opponent plays a supporter card from the hand, prevent all effects of that card done to your bench basic Pokemon. Interesting. And it's a basic too. As long as this is your active Pokemon. As long as you're active, okay. Whenever your opponent plays a supporter card from the hand. Okay. It's got to be your active. They definitely didn't want to make that good. Weird Ear, 40 plus. If you have the same number of cards in your hand, does 80 more. I Sleep, fast paced. I feel like there's a way people can cheese this, but I just think it would be too much work. Fast paced. Once during your turn, you may draw a card. Okay, I like the ability. And you could probably stack them too. Yeah, okay. Alright, we got another VMAX coming up here. Scorching Horn. Hisuian Arcanine, 80 plus. If this Pokemon has any any fire energy? Really? Or is it supposed to be fighting? No, if this Pokemon has any red energy attached to it, this attack does 80 more damage and your opponent's active is now burn. 160 for 3. Machamp V. Revenge Buster, 50 plus. If your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 50 more damage. So 100 for 2. Not really impressed. Seismic Toss, 140. Okay. Dude, this art reminds me of Pokken. I don't know why, but it does. Straw residue in my mouth from like using a paper straw. The only downside of using a paper straw. I'm not using one now, but I was using one earlier. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. I like this art a lot, but let's see what it does. Revenge Buster, 80 plus damage. If any of your bench Pokemon have damage counters on them, this is 140 more. That's crazy good. You're already doing over 200 for 2 energy. Just to have a basic with some damage counters. Then we got Max Charge, 240. Can't use Max Charge next turn. This is wildly good, dude. Like, this is wildly good. This is crazy. So you're doing 220 off of 2 energy cards. Are you freaking kidding me? My God. My God, dude. Imagine with the band. I mean, this is already killing Arceus. Yeah. I might try and find a way to run this. Dies to Mew. Dies to Mew though, but on the bright side, Typhlosion kills it. Happy about that. So if I ever need to fight it, dude, honestly, I feel like Typhlosion might be a good pick. Man. I don't know. Maybe I'm delusional, but I'm clearly biased, but I'm vibing with the thought of Typhlosion right now, even though it's in my opinion. If this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, retreat costs 0. Okay, Sudowoodo. Rampardos. What you got? Another Lucario V? When the world? Okay, hang on. Flying Head, 60. Jurassic Hammer, 240? If your opponent has 3 or fewer cards. What the heck? That's kind of wild. What in the world? That's a wild card right there. Hello? 240 damage off 2. If your opponent has 3 or fewer cards in their hand, this attack does nothing. Dude, but what? That's crazy good. Aw, nah, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, that might be a card to run for sure, dude. For sure. You might have to just run this bad boy. That's crazy. You know people are gonna build a deck around this guy. Off top. Okay, Lucario V, Crush Punch, 50, discard a energy from active, Cyclone Kick, 120. Is this just an alternate art? Because I feel like this already exists. I know we have 2 different Lucario Vs, maybe 3 actually, but I think this is just an alternate art, right? Hippopotas. Okay, nobody cares. Why am I reading these? Hippo down 180 again. Discard 2. Yep. Trash. Radiant Halucha. Okay, let's see. Ability Big Match. If this Pokemon is on your bench, your opponent's your Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active VMAX. Pretty good. Okay. I like that. And then 50 damage. So something to use Machamp with. Hisuian, Decidueye, Cutting Talon 30 times. Attack does 30 damage times the number of damage counters on your opponent's active. Not bad. Not bad. For sure not bad for 1. This attack does 80 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. You could choose anything for 3. But what a way to pick things off, though. What a way to pick things off. Unfortunately, it is a stage 3, but people are definitely going to run this. For sure, people are going to run this. I already know. Hisuian, Decidueye V. Okay, let's see. Mountain Hunt. Search your deck for the 2 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Then we have Point Blank Shot. Attack damage isn't affected by... Wait, what? This attack's damage isn't affected by any effect from the defending Pokemon? What does it do? Oh, it just does 100. Okay. Why'd they miss the damage? I'm like, wait, what? And then we have a Hisuian Decidueye V-Star. Wow, look at that art, man. That's so cool. Somersault Feather, 160 plus damage. You may discard up to 3 energy cards from your hand. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy you discarded in this way. Okay. Okay. Up to 3, though. Oh, you're doing over 200, but... I don't know. You're getting rid of energies, so I guess it's okay, I guess. 270 during your turn. Okay, ability V-Star. Winds and Clouds Star. During your turn, you may draw cards from your deck until you have 8 in your hand. Okay. Not bad, I guess. Another meh, but I think it'll find its way. It's no Palkia, but it'll find its way. Cleaver V. Okay, so they finally made this guy a card. I know when I was playing through one of the episodes of Arceus, I was saying I can't wait till they make this guy a card, and this is how he looks. Hella corny, and it's probably bad too. Cut, Battle Axe / 150, discard 1 energy, then discard an energy card of your opponent's active. Whatever. Whatever, just whatever. Corville. I don't know why this is Overquill. Did they change the name? I always thought it was Corville, but maybe they changed the name. Oh, Quillfish, that was the name. Hisuian Quillfish. Okay, what the heck? Intense Poison. Put 5 damage counters for oh my god, that's crazy. Okay. Then 50 damage. Sticker Quill. Defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. Interesting variant. Dude, I need to close Discord when I'm making these videos. Get out of here, Discord. Hisuian Sneasler. Why are these the names? Why did they change the names? Ability Carrying Climb. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your active Pokemon's retreat cost is 2 energy less. Okay, interesting. I think that's pretty good. Basically a free retreat almost. Hisuian Sneasels V. I'm not calling it Sneasler. Forget all that. Another actually pretty cool art. I like that. This art is giving me very like EX Pokemon like sort of vibes. I don't know why. Dire Claw, 80 times damage. 80 for each special condition affecting your opponent's active. Interesting. Okay. And then just poison on the poison claws. What else would it be, right? Mariana, ability Hustle Bark. If your opponent has any VMAX in play, this does 3 energy less, so you get 160 for free. And then Wild Tackle for 160 does 52 itself. Absolute dog. No pun intended. That's just trash. Absol. Renclaw. Dangerous count is 70 more. Sweeping Calamity. This attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, some more damage spread. Okay, here we go. Here we finally go. We have got the freaking Dark Cries. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I like this. Sort of gives me the Darkrai EX vibes a little bit. Dark Wind, 50 damage. Dark Hole, 130. Opponent's active is now asleep. And then finally, the big boy that everybody has been hyping up, man. Everybody has been hyping up this guy. Time for me to see what it's all. Is it just like 30 times damage for, or 30 plus damage for each Dark Energy? Is it just the same thing? Dark Pulse. It's literally the same thing. 30 plus damage. Attack does 30 more damage for each Dark Energy attached to your Pokemon. What? How did they just make the card the exact same as the other one? Hello? Star Abyss V-Star Power. During your turn, you may search your discard file for up to 2 item cards and put them into your hand. Okay. So this is kind of promoting Dark Patch, right? I think Dark Patch is getting a reprint, right? So this is how this is gonna work. Okay, I mean, I guess, but this just seems like you're gonna have to work so hard for damage again. Like, this screams Shadow Rider vibes a little bit, even though Shadow Rider, you're getting your energy based off of an ability primarily. But dude, I feel like for Shadow Rider you have to work so hard. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like, I feel like, and I only played Shadow Rider like a couple times in Expanded. I feel like you have to work so freaking hard. Like, it's so annoying. You gotta evolve everything, and then you gotta get everything on board. Then you gotta evolve everything. Then you gotta pray to God, and you need the energy in your hand, right? I think you need it in your hand to like use the ability with. It's just, I don't know. This seems like it might be easier though. And a little bit more flexible because you're just taking stuff from the discard. So at least when you're discarding things, say with an Ultra Ball or a Quick Ball or something to that effect, you're actually getting something else in return. But yeah, whereas with Shadow Rider, I don't know, it kind of felt like you were constantly trying to reset your hand to get more energy. But actually, I don't know, Shadow Rider, I don't know, maybe I just need more time with it, because actually once you get the ability off, you draw cards. So I think that was actually pretty nice. I don't know, maybe I need more time with it, but the time that I spent with Shadow Rider, I just felt like it was too much work, and I was always short damage. But it is Expanded, so I don't know. I never played it in Standard. I'm sure it just was a completely different vibe in Standard. But either way, I mean, Darkrai, one of my favorite Pokemon. Darkrai is dark. We gotta rock with that. So can't wait to play this. Hisuian Samurott. Ooh, okay, yeah. This is another one I wanted to see. Tricky Stance. Once during your turn, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 3. Dark Prison 60 plus. Attack does 20 more damage times the amount of energy attached to all of your Pokemon. All right. Hisuian Samurott V, Zigzag Drop, discard up to 2 Pokemon tools attached to your opponent's Pokemon. In play, Shadow Slash 180, discard 1. Okay, and then we have the big boy. Look at this guy. Look at this art. I would have never thought I was going to see a V Max or a V for Samurott, dude. Jesus Christ. I love this. Merciless Blade, 110. If your opponent's active Pokemon has any damage counters on it, this does 110 more. So 220 off of 2 energies. I like that. I think that's okay. Ability V. Moon Cutting Star. Once during your turn, you may put 4 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay. I like. I'm cool with that. I like this. I don't think it's crazy good, but I like it. It's something. It's going to be a cheap card, I think, but I like it. Let's keep it moving. I like the art primarily. I really do. Is this on anything or just active? Yeah, on anything. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna kind of start speeding through these a little bit. I don't think a lot of these are relevant. Devil. Befuddle. If your opponent has 2 or fewer prize cards remaining, supporter cards play from your opponent's hand with no effect. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Evil. I like that art too. It's goofy. Reminds you of like the Aristocats. I don't know why. Anyway. Magneton, Magnezone. Giga Magnet. Once during your turn, you look at the top 6 cards of your deck. Choose any number of metal energy you find there and attach this energy to your Pokemon. Ooh. In any way you like. Ooh. Oh, snap. We have old school Magnezone back? Get the crap out of here. No way. Man, I'm tight because freaking Caesar VMAX is it's no longer standard. I don't think. I don't remember, but I don't think that it is. Oh, man. Dude, if Caesar VMAX was still standard, is this benched? This is anything too. It's not benched. That's crazy. And you could probably stack these too. That's insane. Dude, what the heck? What the heck, man? This is gonna be crazy good and expanded now too because of freaking Zacian. What a way to just like get Zacian popped off and ready to go off of like the first turn you get ability with this. It's crazy, man. My god. Okay, this is gonna be a must cop for sure. Oh, good lord, man. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna keep it moving here. Registeel Heavy Slam 220 is 50 damage less for each colors. Oh, okay. Search your deck for basic Pokemon, put it onto your bench. Bastodon, another one of my favorites. I like Gen 4 stuff. Ancient Stronghold. 30 less damage from attacks with Pokemon V, 180 for 3, and then 30 to itself. We see the trend. We get it. Heat proof. Prevent all damage to this attacks for your Pokemon's fire Pokemon. Interesting. Hit 100. Okay, so Dialga. Here we go. I almost missed out on this guy. Origin form Dialga. Let me see this. He almost actually looks like a diamond, which is funny. It's like a deformed diamond. Like he's forming into a diamond. Attach up to 2 metal energy cards from your discard pile to this Pokemon. Alright, and then halt time for 180. And then we got the big boy. Look at that. 220 for something. Let's see. 40 more damage for each metal energy attached to this Pokemon. Okay, so we know Magnezone's going to help there. A lot of work required, I think, to one-shot something. Yeah, kind of, sort of, maybe not. Maybe not that much. I think with Magnezone, it's completely doable, but it's going to be another one of these things where you have to work for. Chronos Star, V-Star, 220. Take another turn after this one. Skip Pokemon Checkup. Interesting, okay. So they kind of put that in so you can't cheese, I guess. What's something stupid? Interesting. But it resumes after you end your turn, right? I don't know. I'm just thinking of weird stuff that would never work, but that's kind of crazy, though. You get another turn. Take another turn after this one. Are you freaking kidding me? Dude, that's so stupid. How in the world is this not... What? How in the world are people not considering this like the best card? I'm confused. I mean, you do need a lot of energy to pull this off. Yes, you do. You need a crap ton of energy to pull this off. But with Magnezone, it is possible, and you get 2 turns in a row. Like, how? Like, okay. That's what I don't get. Like, okay, straight up, this thing does 220 alone. Let's just say right then and there. This is an attack, though. But, yeah, that's right. This is an attack. So when you use this, your turn will end, I'm assuming. Because after most most of them are V-Star abilities, so you can continue your turn. But this is a straight-up attack, so your turn will end. So, yeah, 220. I mean, that's not going to one-shot anything. It's not going to one-shot most things, so I guess it's not that bad, but I don't know. you can straight up potentially just take three prize cards just like that. Kind of wild, man. I don't know. It's not as broken as I originally was thinking, because I keep forgetting, like, this is an actual attack, so like your turn will end after you pop it. But I think this is like, why aren't people talking about this? The heck? Getting 2 turns. Hello. Okay, Garchomp V. Dragon Claw 120. Sonic Strike. Discard 3 energy from this Pokemon and do 2. I thought they were getting rid of Dragon types. Am I tripping? Do 220 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Oh, maybe that was Fairy. Sorry. Regigardo. Why is that what it's called? It's not what this is called. Regidrago? Is that a thing? Okay, I don't know where all these names are coming from. Dragon's Treasure. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may draw cards until you have 4 cards in your hand. You can't. Dude, I feel like I'm hearing birds. Okay, maybe I'm tripping. I'm like, why am I hearing birds outside? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I get it. It's long days, but like, dude, it's way too early to start hearing birds. Okay, draw until you have 4 in your hand. Okay, that's fine. We could start skipping some of these. 120, 50 doesn't seem very good. Then smack them. Wait, this cannot be real translation. Your opponent reveals their hand, then smack him. What? Is this a meme? Am I missing something? That's not what that says in Japanese. Get the crap out of here. 50 damage. Your opponent reveals their hand, then smack him. Why are they messing around with these translations? Why is this crap so troll? I don't understand. That's crazy funny. Okay, Teddy Ursaluna. Ursaring, another one of my favorites. 40 though. Flip a coin till you get tails. 20 damage for each heads. Very gimmicky, but hey, you got luck on your side. You can pull something off. Ursaluna. Ooh. Okay, so this is like its actual own evolution. Okay, so I was thinking that Ursaluna was going to be its own original Pokemon, but it is like an evolution of Ursaring. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. Put 2 cards from your discard pile into your hand. Massive Riposte. 200, discard 2. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. But it is a stage 2, so I suppose that makes sense. Milk Tank, Miraculous Body, prevent all damage. By V's, kick about, 10 plus, 20 damage more for each of your opponent's bench. Pergly, slashing 100, not very good. We're kind of scrolling through these a little bit quicker now. Ancient Wisdom. Once your turn, you have Regirock, Registeel, Regice, Regieleki, and Regidrago in play. You may search your discard pile for up to 3 energy attached to one of your Pokemon. 150 for way too many energies. That's 300 damage, though, if it's a VMAX. Theory craft how you will. I think that definitely could work for sure, especially since this is a basic. This could be a meme tech, but I guess it really depends on what you run. If you're running Magnezone, I think this could work, but like, I don't know. This seems like it'd be too big and too slow for anything else. Let's see. Bravery. Okay, not really much here. Oranguru V ability order. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may search your deck for 2 Pokemon tool cards, reveal them and put them into your hand. Psychic plus 30, stack this 50 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active. Okay, not too bad, I guess, but you're not really gonna want him to be your main attacker. And Weirdeer V for our last Pokemon. Opening road. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to become your active Pokemon, you may move any number of energy cards from your other Pokemon to it. Okay. Size Shield Bash, 40 more damage, so that's the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon. Not too bad again. Okay, so that does it for all the Pokemon. Yeah, kind of skimmed through the rest at the end there, but overall nothing interesting. I feel like for this set, I have a much more clear indication of what I want. I feel like for a lot of these sets, when I go through all the Pokemon, I'm just really not sure. I'm like, maybe and I feel like it might have something to do with me playing. Like, I've been playing the game a bit more actively. I would say actually a lot more actively than I have been for pretty much maybe the last 2 set overviews that I've done. So like now that I have like a better understanding of what's currently being played, how fast matches are, you know, kind of being played, and sort of the archetypes that people are gunning for, I think I have a lot better understanding of what will be good and what won't, and what I would like to play. Not a professional opinion, but for me personally though, for sure, like I definitely feel like I know a little bit more about what I should be gunning for when this set drops, what I should be getting first in terms of priority. Okay, we still have supporters to go through, so we can go through these real quick. We have Adaman. Discard 2 mental energies from your hand. If you do, search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand. Okay. Canceling Cologne. Your opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities until the end of this turn, including that including Pokemon that move to the active spot during this turn. Interesting. Okay. Supporter Choi. This is actually going to be kind of interesting. Canceling Cologne. I definitely feel like this is going to be interesting for sure. Yeah, I kind of like that. Choi. I love how they're having the Legend of Art. This really is the Legend of Arceus set, isn't it? That's crazy. I love how they're doing that. Both players reveal their hand, then you draw 3 cards. Celine. This is the lady right here. This is the one who is going to make your life a living hell because of hammers. Flip 2 coins for each head. Choose a card from your discard pile and put it. It's any card. I thought it was only items. Choose a card from your discard pile and put it on the top of your deck in any order. Wow, I thought this was only items, but it's anything. But you have to hit heads. Okay. So that kind of makes it a little bit more of a wild card because you have to flip coins. But I thought this worked a little bit differently than what it actually is. So I think this is okay now. Maybe not crazy. I think it's okay. Dark Patch is back. Thank God. We already all know what that does. Energy Lodo is back. Feather Ball. Search your deck for a Pokemon with 0 retreat cost. Reveal it. Put it to your hand. Okay. Gapejaw Bog. What the heck? This is definitely from the game. Arceus. Whenever either player plays a basic Pokemon from their hand onto their bench, they place 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. Okay. So already figuring out ways to utilize, who was it? Was it Typhlosion? I can't remember the Pokemon that will one-shot something with 4 damage counters on it. Yeah, that's Typhlosion's V-Star, right? So, already ways to support that and just overall damage spread in general. Gardenia's Vigor. Draw 2, then attach 2 grass energies from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. Okay, so we have some energy support here. Grant. Who is this? I don't even think I've seen him in-game yet. Who is this guy? He's not from Arceus, is he? What is he from? I don't know who that is. During this turn, your fire Pokemon's attack do 30 more damage to your opponent's active. Interesting. Once during your turn, if this card's in your discard pile, you may discard 2 cards. Wait, what? It's got like a passive? Get out of here. Once during your turn, if this card is in your discard pile, you may discard 2 cards, except for Grant, from your hand. If you do, put this card into your hand. What the heck? We have passive supporters? What? No freaking way. Dude, that's crazy. Oh my god. Okay. Gutsy Pickaxe. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a fire energy, attach it to one of your bench. Otherwise, reveal it to your opponent and put it into your hand. Interesting. Okay. Hisui and Heavy Ball. Look at your face down prize cards. You may reveal a basic Pokemon you find there and put it into your hand. Then shuffle this Hisui and Heavy Ball into your remaining prize cards. Wow. Wow. What the heck? That's good? That's freaking good. Hello? Look at your face down prize cards. You may reveal a basic Pokemon you find there and put it into your hand. Then shuffle this Hisui and Heavy Ball into your... That's crazy. If you don't reveal a basic Pokemon, put this card in the discard pile. What the freaking crap? This is some weird stuff, man. Like, I'm surprised some of these are that's huge. That is huge, man. That's huge, bro. That's crazy. Okay. Is Irita, is that how you pronounce it? Okay. Anime girl. Search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item card. Reveal them and then and put them into your hand and shuffle your deck. Okay. Jubilite Village. Let's go. Love to see it. Once during each player's turn, that player may shuffle their hand to the deck. If they do, they draw 5 cards when their turn ends. Feels bad. Kamado, discard all cards from your hand except for 1, then draw 4 cards. You can't use this card if it's the last card in your hand. Okay. Interesting. Roxanne. Okay, I've been hearing a lot about her. What's good? What's going on with Roxanne here? You can only play this card if your opponent has 3 or less prize cards. Has 3 or less prize cards left. Both players shuffle their hands to your deck. You draw 6 cards and your opponent draws 2 cards. Oh my god. That is brutal. Holy crap. That is so brutal. God. Dang, that's mean. I don't like that card, man. That's so cheesy. That is so cheesy. Spicy seasoned curry, heal 4 damage from your active Pokemon. Okay, super effective glasses. Attach a Pokemon tool to one of your Pokemon. Okay. When this attached when the Pokemon this card is attached to does damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, and that damage is affected by weakness. The weakness becomes ×3. I don't really know if you would need that, because normally when you're hitting for weakness, you're one-shotting. Like, I think this would only really be good on non-Vs, V-stars, Vs, Vs, maxes. But I really don't think most Pokemon need anything like that, honestly. You don't have that much health. These Pokemon be having a lot of health, but not that much to have to do ×3. But there is definitely, this is going to promote some stupid cheese, man. Oh my god. Sweet honey. Okay, here's that one card I wasn't sure about. Choose one of your Pokemon, then flip a coin until you get tails. For each head, heal 40. Oh my god. Get the crap out of here. That's so good. What the heck? These items are so cracked. Switch switch your active basic Pokemon with one of your benched. If you do, heal 30 damage. Okay, meh. Temple of Sinnoh. Ooh. The legendary Temple of Sinnoh. That's amazing. Okay. Dude. Gen 4 Sinnoh lore like Arceus. It's just nothing will ever top that in the history of Pokemon, man. I'm sorry. I'm mad that they really burned the best lore for Pokemon all in one game. Like, I'm just upset about that. I feel like Arceus lore should have been something that they trickled down, you know. They trickled into each, you know, sprinkled here and there into each Pokemon game, into each generation, instead of just literally just dumping the best lore of any Pokemon game into one generation. And now we're just left with these very subpar lore and stories. It's just nothing will ever top Gen 4 lore. So it's just like, once this Gen 4 saga is over, man, once this Legend of Arceus BDSP saga is over, we move on to this corniness that's gonna be Generation 9 and like in Hawaii 2.0, or like, where is it taking place, in Mexico or something? It's just not gonna be good. It's not gonna be nearly as good. Like, the lore is not gonna be nearly as good. The game will probably be good. The open world seems fire, but this lore and the story, you're just not touching Gen 4. I'm sorry, you're not. Nothing comes close. Nothing comes close. Because once you deal with things that are like the origin of the world and the origin of the universe and how, like, nothing is topping that. Like, come on, dude. Gen 4 is literally like Pokemon the Bible. Let's be real. Nothing is topping that. Okay, trekking shoes. Look at the top card of your deck. You may put that card into your hand or discard it. Draw one card. Meh. Unidentified fossil. Play this as if it were 60 HP. Basic Pokemon at the time during your turn. May discard. Okay, so why do we still have these? Wait and see Turbo. You can use this card only if you go second and only on your first turn. Search your deck for a basic energy card attached to one of your Pokemon, then shut. What? That's so pointless. Zisu? Dang, alright. Alright, Zisu, you can beat the shit out of me. Draw until you have one more card in your hand than your opponent has in theirs. Alright, so this is just a good catch-up card, I suppose. I think this is good, like, if your opponent has a lot of cards and you don't have, like, maybe you're down like 2 or 3 cards to them and you don't want to reset your hand with Marnie. This is a good alternative, I guess. And that's it. We just have alternate arts here. I feel like full arts ruin a lot of these. Honestly, I feel like for the full arts were really cool for Sun Moon era, but I feel like in this V era, a lot of these full arts don't look good. I like the original arts more. This looks swaggy though, and I'm completely biased when I say that. This looks swaggy, but everything else I don't like. Yeah, like, come on. What? Nah. Okay, these trainers I kind of want to see though. Sheesh. Celine, the boss. The boss. The real boss. The true. By the way, I'm mad because at this point I already know Celine. Like, I haven't finished Legend of Arceus. I don't even know if I'm like 30% through the game. I think I'm probably like 30% through the game at this point. I already know, like, clearly Celine is supposed to be like the ancestors of Cyrus. It's obvious. I'm mad that Cyrus screws her legacy so badly. Like, this is such a good character. This is such a good freaking character doing good in the game. Unless she turns evil by the end of the game. I don't know. I don't think that happens. I think that would be kind of dumb. But from where it stands right now, I'm mad that they did that. I'm really mad that they do that. Who this? Okay, this I might need to cop. I might need to cop him. And then Karate Girl. Yeah, hit me hard. Okay, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That took a very long time. Well over an hour, which I think this is probably the longest freaking set overview I've ever done. And I don't even think there's like an abnormally amount of 189. I guess this, well, 246 isn't normally like 245 or something, or is it normally like 145 or something, or is it like 130? I can't remember. Anyway, over 60 Pokemon were cut, and August set is Lost Origin. Oh, dude, I am going to soak in every last bit of this Gen 4 nostalgia, and I would highly advise any of you guys who are Gen 4 freaks like me, if you remember this from, you know, the middle school age, you know, early high school age, like, if this is your Pokemon, I'm telling you guys right now, soak in this, breathe it in, embrace it, just savor it for as long as you can, because we're never going to get this again in our lifetime. We are never going to get this again in our lifetime. Maybe it's possible, maybe, but I don't think it's gonna happen again. So just savor this. Like, this is, well, that's not true. I was gonna say this is more support than like the anniversaries for Gen 2 with Heart Gold, Soul Silver again, but that's not true because they've had whole sets for Heart Gold, Soul Silver. It's a thing. But it really does feel like they went above and beyond with going back to the Gen 4 era because of Legends of Arceus. I feel like because of Legends of Arceus' existence, Gen 4 is just getting so much more support, so much more like spotlight than any of the previous generational remakes. Like, there was no side game that came out for Gen 2 remakes. There was no side game that came out for Gen 3 remakes. Like, this is the first generation to get like remade and then also gets a side game that kind of coincides with that generation. And it's just like, even though, you know, I'm not a huge fan of BDSP, like, the games could have been a lot better, and thank God there are mods that exist that make the game a lot better. But even though like they're very subpar games in my opinion, I think thank God I'm into the card game now, and thank God Legend of Arceus, like I can overlook the PS2 graphics and see the beauty in the game and the good music and all that. Because yeah, it's just like this is not something I was expecting to be able to experience again. Like Gen 4 was a huge part of like my Pokemon journey. Like I love Gen 4. It really was like that defining Pokemon generation experience that really made me love the franchise, like took my love for the franchise to the next level. I think Gen 2 was probably that first, like I played Gen 1 first, but I think Gen 2 like I really fell hard for, but then Gen 4 was like Gen 2 times 10 for me. So it was crazy. So I don't know, I'm definitely gonna savor this last, I think, is August set. The August set's not the last set of the year. Isn't there a November set? No, oh, wait a second. Wait. Oh, okay, yeah. So there's going to be a November set. So there will probably be one more Diamond and Pearl Gen 4 set, or Legends of Arceus set, before we switch over to Gen 9 next year. So, yeah. Just take it in, enjoy it. Highlights real quick from this set. Clearly Palkia, I think, is probably going to be one of the, if not the best, top 3 for sure cards from this set. I really like Starmie as well. Like I said, Darkrai coming back. It's probably going to be a little bit of work to make it work, but it's an archetype that already exists. It's an archetype that was already very top tier around its time. So I think that's going to be doing pretty well. Typhlosion, my personal favorite. Very happy to see it. Magnezone, obviously another highlight. Another card sort of coming back that has already existed. And of course, can't forget about this guy getting 2 turns. The cheese is going to be real. I just feel like a lot of people aren't talking about this, and I don't know. I think it might end up being a problem, but I guess we'll see what happens. This might just be something that I'm overhyping a little bit, but I think with anything where you could take 2 turns in a row, it's just going to be too much foolishness, man. People are going to find a way to abuse this. And this might not even be something that's good right off top. This crap is going to be in standard for how long now? Like for 2 years, I think, for 2 seasons. So it'll be in standard for like 2 seasons. So I mean, it's going to be around for a while. So there's going to be a lot of ways that people can reinvent the wheel with this and find a way to abuse it. So I think it's going to have more of a long-term effect than right away, but I guess we'll wait and see what happens. But anyway, that's going to do it for my Pokemon Astral Radiance TCG set overview. I don't call this reviews because I don't review everything. I just literally go through pretty much everything in the entire set, share my quick opinions, and learn about cards for the first time. That's essentially what this is. This is me learning about all the cards for the first time. I don't really have the time right now to do videos every single time 2 or 3 cards get announced during those Pokemon streams. I would like to start doing that, but it's just kind of a scramble because then I have to race to try and find translations, and usually these cards are announced late at night because it's in Japan time. So like, you know, it's already late and like I'm trying to find translations, and it's just, I don't know. I'll try and find a way for me to do that, but I think for the most part, I'm going to be going through new cards for the first time during these set overviews. And I know these are huge freaking videos, but you know, if you like to wait until, you know, release week or something and before you find out about all the new cards, you like to wait till the last minute like I do, this might be worth checking out for the future. So I'll definitely be doing one of these for Lost Origin as well as a November set, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, just more Pokemon TCG content coming in general. We'll be back with more Showdown series next week, and I'll probably do another Showdown series. The one after that I'll do once I get some of these Astral Radiance cards. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and that's gonna do it for me. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for your energy. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, comment if you want. Let me know what your favorites from this set are going to be. Would love to hear your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
never felt,